Hello and welcome to another episode of Top Shelf Nerds, the Nerds Amalgamated podcast produced in association with That's Not Canon. Today, all three of us are back again, the Professor, Bucky, and the DJ.
Woo-hoo.
And we have a lot of topics about games this week relating to some feedback we got from someone who complained that we don't talk about enough games. So our first topic is Bucky's, and it's about esports.
Blizzard and Disney are partnering up for esports. So they've partnered to bring broadcasts of Overwatch to major network. So hopefully he's not going to stuff it up with killing it with like they did Battlefield and the latest Star Wars movie. But it looks like they're bringing it to ESPN and ABC. I'm guessing that the American.
Probably.
Yeah.
So to clarify, that wasn't Disney who screwed up Battlefront. That was pretty much all on EA.
Disney was involved. They allowed it to.
Yeah.
They got
Twice.
They got to get some.
Yeah.
They're saying here it's the quarterfinals, semifinals, and finals will be on Disney XD and ESPN, and the highlights will be on ABC, the American ABC.
Okay.
So you've got the showcasing the inaugural playoffs and grand across their linear. So esports is starting to become in Western society. It's K-pop all over again.
Oh no.
Hey, come on. K-pop is fun to watch. There's more mastery in a K-pop music video than there is in most of the stuff coming out of. And it's also a lot more talent. Like, you got people who are actually able to. Most of the stuff coming out of America.
Yeah.
I can't stand pop.
Although you gotta admit though, with K-pop, it's just how many people are there in a band?
A group, not a band.
A group, yeah. Like
when you get the bands, it's usually like 5, 6 people, maybe 7. But when they got the groups, because then you got the mega groups and got the subgroups. They'll have the mega groups that have 30 or 40 people. Then they'll have subgroups making up that mega group. Have anything from 2 people to 8 people.
That's pretty insane.
But when you watch the music videos and they dance like that, and I mean, literally, it's amazing to watch. You see the Americans.
Yeah.
But Korea's
the go-to place
for all the dance competition, like.
Yeah.
But a little bit off subject. But playoff coverage will begin. Oh, it's already begun. Beginning on July 11th and concludes at the final July 28th.
So, which tournament is this again?
That's for the Overwatch Grand Final.
Okay.
One thing that's going to be interesting is how many people are going to go to this actual stadiums and watch it versus how many people will watch it behind the screen. That's going to be interesting.
The Dota competition, the international, that's pretty big and it's held in a stadium.
Yeah. Oh, but League of Legends, my God! If you look at the stadium, like people hogging up the stadium, my God, that numbers are just insane.
Did you see the esports champion that they had in Sydney just recently? The Australian champion that was being broadcast. They actually had this, and it was packed.
Yeah, I remember hearing about that.
Yeah, so did I. Yeah,
I remember watching some of it, looking at it when they showed around in the crowd, and it was packed, and everyone was hyped up and enjoying it, and really going like. The fans were there and really making a lot of noise. I
wonder, I bet you they didn't complain about how expensive the stadium food was and everything like that. You know how if we go to a stadium and it would everything would be expensive, from like buying a jersey to buying food and drink.
Yeah, but
that's just stadiums in general.
Yeah, but they're also part of our fellow nerds, so they're probably it's going to be expensive in there. I don't want to waste my money on overpriced food, so I'll take food. Or when I'm hungry, I'll just go out and get to eat.
Yeah, like my friends and I did at EB Expo last year.
Yeah.
We just stuck out the front. They don't check your cards or ID or anything. To leave, you can leave, come and go when you want. So you just leave, go across the street to the fast food shops and then go back in.
And in Sydney, near the massive entertainment centre, there's actually, you got Chinatown, just all that. Like, there's a lot of stuff within walking where you can get a great food.
Yeah, oh, that's pretty good. That's pretty good.
So esports are kicking in America's finally.
I wonder who are they for if they put it on ESPN and Disney. I wonder who they're gonna put as the host of like TV shows. So imagine putting famous YouTubers like PewDiePie.
Unlikely.
Unlikely?
No, it's unlikely. They'll probably pick someone who's got commentary experience.
Can we just?
Yeah.
we need to get that room controlled.
Done. Peace and quiet.
But yeah, no, it's looking good. So if anyone's got pay TV and they're able to check out ESPN, go for it, enjoy it. Give us some feedback. Let us know what you think. Yeah, anyone does.
Yeah.
We'll pass it up.
Esports aren't really my thing, so I won't watch it. I also don't have pay TV. But if anyone wants to give us some a review on that, let us know.
We're happy to post it online, as long as you're not swearing to.
Anyway, I'm going to have to reboot the DJ now because the next topic is his. DJ, tell us how the NBN is affecting esports.
Well, from the article I've seen, they're saying that Australia's competitive video games industry is experiencing significant growth due to the high speeds of the National Broadband Network, also known as the NBN. And gamers.
So, is significant growth using the same sort of metrics they use to measure high speed?
Yeah.
It's high speed.
No.
They're saying so. According to the Australian Esports Association, President Darren Kwan, lightning fast network speeds are absolutely critical for most esports players. Quote: "The NBN has started leveling out the playing field where more and more players are able to actually equalize what that speed is when they're connecting and making it a bit more of a fair playing field."
Yeah, it's actually quite embarrassing for the rest of the world that Australia's playing on slow internet. Probably still kick Asia.
It's you know what's the funny thing though? The NBN president, I think a couple of weeks ago, was saying that, you gotta blame the gamers for slowing the internet speeds down. You get this article.
And games themselves, compared to the things people use the internet for these days, incredibly low data usage.
And I hate to break it, gamers.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Grandma doesn't care if her Netflix is in 4K, but we do.
They're the ones who improve it and spending more money on it.
Yeah, he's also the president, the esports president, also pointed out that the network rollout provided more opportunities for players to train and compete online.
Okay.
Well, that's definitely true. If you're in an area that has the NBN and you're in an area that has the NBN without issues and gets anywhere close to the speeds that they claim that are an improvement on the speeds you get now.
Yeah.
I'm just bitter that I don't have NBN yet. I moved out of my last house literally the week it was installed.
I'm lucky. We're just talking about the esports competition before. It was Intel Extreme Masters, the DJ.
Okay.
And yeah, they had Rocket League and stuff like that. $310,000 prize pool in Counter.
Yeah, the prize pools for the big one, CS:GO, Dota, all of that, just insane.
Yeah.
So 16 teams competing CS:GO. Yeah, I know QUT's actually built, they've actually rebuilt the esports arena. So they've got a whole lot more new technology, so forth.
I'm going to have to do a second degree or a third degree. I did a
they've actually got teams that are competing at the university game winning competition. Well, that's not as good as in China. You can actually do a university degree in online gaming.
Yeah.
To become a professional online gamer.
Yeah.
Have you ever been any good at esports games?
Pardon?
Have you ever been any good at esports games?
I don't mind the first-person shooters, but I hate the toxicity of swearing and so forth that carries on.
Yeah. So, and any game I've been remotely interested in being good at is in an esports game.
Man, I've tried my hand at Dota and League of Legends, and Dota is fun, but then you get like Buck said, you get the abuse and it's very annoying.
This explains the brain damage. He plays Dota and League.
Yeah, not hand in hand, but not both at the same time. But yeah, I played them both for a time. Hello.
Sorry, I just got a message.
Okay. Yeah.
But yeah, the bright side about this is everyone benefits from this as well. It's not only the players, but also the broadcasters as well, the esports broadcasters. So like live streamers and live streamers and commentators as well.
Yeah. And the ESPN can start showing something intelligent rather than the meatheads in body armor attacking it.
Yeah, I'd love to see it take off here. I think the big issue of getting better internet through the NBN though is that we still have we'd still only really be able to train against each other because the ping time to any other continent is still pretty high.
Yeah, it's also a lottery.
Korea and lose every time, knowing them.
Well, funnily enough, I did when a couple of years ago I did remember a story when Battlefield 4 came out. There was I think it was Australian gamers versus Singapore gamers on a PC Battlefield 4, the PC game, and the Singaporean players just destroyed the Australian players, from what I've heard. And
what?
Pun?
Was that because we had slow internet?
It was not only I think it was also the internet, but it was also like the fact that we were really bad at this Battlefield 4 on PC.
Really? I don't know. I've played against some people in Australia that are insanely talented. I think it might have been more.
Yeah, but I would like to see this come. I would like to see the NBN just boom even more, just get more faster speeds. But at this moment, people are still getting annoyed with how the speeds are getting slow. Like there was I read an article this morning where someone got really frustrated to the point where they've started crowdfunding.
Right, move it along, DJ. Sum it up. 25 words or less.
It's just basically saying that a community outside Sydney have started to crowdfund their own internet, basically.
Yeah, it's happened a couple of times. It's all right, but the problem still goes to the backbone to the rest of the internet.
They still only the one major connection.
Yeah, that too.
You got to improve that.
Yeah, they called it the Kangaroo Valley Broadband Network. Very original.
That makes sense. You name it after the place you are and the thing that it is.
But yeah, it's
anyway, cut it.
Yeah.
I think we've talked enough about rambled enough about the NBN. So next topic, another gaming one for our loyal listeners. RuneScape has announced a new revenue this year. Bucky, what's their current revenue numbers?
RuneScape has brought in over $800 million US lifetime, and that's without loot boxes.
Yeah, it's all membership, isn't it? I haven't played it in, must be getting on to 10 years.
Last time I played it, you didn't actually have to pay. It was free to play on RuneScape Classic.
Yeah, but you're an old fart.
No argument.
There's always been a free mode, but that's only a increasingly small percentage of all the content.
Yeah,
but I had a membership.
JGEX CEO, sorry to interrupt, Phil Manson revealed that was actually the free to play has made over a lifetime revenue.
Oh wow!
It's actually like the first paragraph, like it's the last sentence in it. You can have a look at the article.
Does it mention what they're spending the money on?
Well, I'm guessing
servers.
No, I mean the fans. Like the players are spending money. If it's the free to play players, what are they paying for?
I don't know. Possibly advertising, is it like the old banner advertising and stuff like.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I looked it up to see what people might be spending money on RuneScape for, and they've got bloody loot boxes.
They do have loot boxes.
They do
now. See, back in the day, they never had loot boxes. It was all just you had to go and find stuff and hope you didn't get attacked. A bad group get sucked in.
Yeah.
Well, you could
being tamed a lot. Like even 10 years ago when I was playing it, they were closing the player versus player unless you went into a player versus player world. So you couldn't even attack people in the wilderness. They added the ground exchange, so there's no more standing around in a bank for 3 hours spamming selling lobsters.
Yeah. I have to say that was still like, given it's 17 for one game, 800 in revenue. That's pretty impressive. Like when you look at the game, it didn't take a huge amount of space on you.
Well, it still doesn't. It's still a Java-based game, as far as I know.
Yeah. They've got a beta release going to Android and iOS. You can play it on your mobile phone.
If that ever actually comes out, judging by the memes I see.
Yeah, it's going to happen, but hopefully that will. But it's just amazing. Like 17 years, almost 1 billion. The guys who wrote that code are going to be just going, you reckon?
Some of them are probably retired.
Well, yeah. If you got what one of that, that's $8 million. I could require quite a retire on $1 million.
Oh, that
would be nice.
yeah, that would be nice. That'd be comfortable.
But when you think about it, though, the major guys involved in developing, they would have gotten more than 1%.
I wonder, did they anticipate the boom when it first came out?
No, I don't think anyone really does. Unless you're like EA and you know that you're going to have a hit because you're so designed by committee and you have so much money to dump into it. I don't think most people know that that game will take off.
Unless it's we're going to make it.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Devolver are good at what they do.
What
Yeah.
was the Mexican?
My friend Pedro.
My friend. That is.
Has it come out yet? When is the release date?
Everyone's itching for it.
I got to check now. I was just thinking I got to check.
Expected to be released in 2019.
Hurry up.
Oh, it's based on a Flash game though.
Ooh.
Yeah. Oh, and that does mute button. I'll come back to that later. And we'll put that link on the Facebook page so you guys can check it out too. Because we tend to rant about Pedro quite a bit.
Once you check it out, you'll understand.
Yeah.
So,
but yeah, no, it's one of those impressive milestones. 800.
Can it beat Skyrim in terms of revenue?
no.
Well, probably not. But when you look at costs of production versus revenue raised, Skyrim actually has a much bigger development. So
Yeah.
the profit margin.
Here you go. In the first week of release, Skyrim made $450 million.
But cost of production was
A hell of a lot more than they've ever put into RuneScape.
So yeah, reward to cost ratio. I reckon RuneScape's
Yeah.
not taking away from Skyrim.
No, though Todd Howard wants us to,
Does he?
considering his statements the other day about how if we want him to stop making Skyrim ports, we should stop buying them.
Who wants him to stop making port?
People who want them to make new games. The biggest complaint I've seen is that it's on Starfield or Skyrim, like Elder Scrolls 6 or whatever, but people complain because it's not one of them, even though they always have those games ticking over in the background.
Although, funnily enough, it's a bit of a running joke with the whole after that commercial that we saw the other day of how you can play Skyrim on the fridge and Skyrim on the Alexa.
Yeah, which isn't a joke; it's a real thing.
Wait, you can play Skyrim on the Alexa?
Yeah,
Get out!
it's a real thing. That was an ad for a real game they made.
Yeah, Skyrim's almost becoming a religion. Jedi.
Oh.
Speaking of Jedi, our next topic about the Star Wars Episode 9, and one of the DJ's love interests is returning.
I didn't know Daniel Day-Lewis was going to be in this.
Or Russell Crowe.
Oh my god, you too. It too, Professor. It too. Oh my god. So basically,
I have it on tape. 100th episode special. We released the footage we have of the DJ declaring his love for Russell Crowe.
Oh no, we had Daniel Day-Lewis. I don't know if we actually.
Oh yeah,
Russell Crowe.
yeah. We didn't get Russell Crowe. We'll release that.
And for Russell Crowe, it was actually specific gladiator. He likes them in mostly men in leather outfits.
Oh god, you too.
Yeah,
Daniel Day-Lewis, it was his eyes are.
I'm gonna have to stop that. I think we broke him.
What do you mean we broke him here?
Fair enough.
Gone.
Is
Oh no,
he?
he's back again.
No. I muted him for a moment. So, who is your friend from Star Wars Episode 9?
So, you all know the character Lando Calrissian, right?
Who?
Lando from Lando Calrissian.
Lando from Lando Calrissian.
I know.
Yeah, he's the token black guy in Star Wars. Until they got a new black guy for the new ones.
And they made him pansexual, which I still don't understand why they did it, but okay.
You feel comfortable.
Is pansexual, not hansexual?
Pan.
Sorry, I thought you said hands like DJs.
Oh, funnily enough, they when they announced that Lando was going to be in the Solo movie, a couple of fans were writing fan fiction saying that, Lando should have a relationship with Han Solo.
Yeah, that's fan fiction. It's not relevant.
So, anyways, back to the topic. So, after months of speculation about Billy D. Williams' involvement in the upcoming conclusion to the Star Wars sequel trilogy, the Hollywood Reporter... Pardon?
Who's Billy? We're
Billy...
talking about Lando, now you're talking about Billy. Who's...
Billy D. Williams, he's the actor he acted as Lando.
Oh.
Yeah.
Just making sure you mention this, because not everyone
Always
is a fan.
a sort of obsessive fan who would know who the actors are, apart from Harrison Ford
and Mark Hamill
and Carrie Fisher.
Mark Hamill.
Who actually did a special appearance in Big Bang Theory.
Oh, nice.
Wow, that show's been going a long time.
So, but yeah, back to the story. So now Billy D. Williams has confirmed that he will reprise his role as Calrissian in Episode 9.
Okay.
This will be interesting. I mean, how is the character gonna react to all of the past characters' deaths, basically?
Well, I know that he was supposed to die in the movie he was in. I remember reading about it once. They changed it at the last minute because the test audiences didn't like that he died.
But if I know this is I think this is Disney's way of saying, okay, we need to buy the fans back after the atrocious Last Jedi. Let's just
most fans enjoyed it, so they're not trying to buy anyone. There's only a small group of thing about it.
I don't know, man.
The DJ has trouble with vocal minorities.
Oh, good play on words there. But hey, fans were still fans hated it. They hated the soul.
They didn't. It was only a group of people that are claiming to be who were hating on it. A majority of people still enjoyed it and went and saw it multiple times.
Okay, if you were to put that, okay, then by that logic, then the Ghostbusters movie the recent Ghostbusters movie should have been successful. Then, by that logic.
No, because a lot of the fans didn't see it being Ghostbusters. So don't try and argue that you're right when you're not.
Tell you what, wake me up when we're either talking about a better series of movies or the DJ dies, whichever comes first.
But yeah. But I think it'll be good inclusion.
Fans
it'll be good.
Hated the movie because they did.
I don't know, man. Hey, you may say
how much money? How much money did it make?
$1 billion.
What was the number of people who signed that ridiculously pathetic?
Do you want me to? I haven't seen it yet, so
no. You have looked it up because we had this discussion before. You were talking to me about signing it, and you said a figure of something like 80,000.
That was the last time I saw it, but I haven't seen it now.
Yeah, but it's not likely to be that much difference. He's actually remembered the address, though, too.
107,655 and rising. The target is 150,000.
That's the target they've set themselves.
Yeah,
let's only mean Disney or anyone else is going to take notice of. How many people have actually gone and seen the movie?
I think over a lot. Well, if you're counting with the DVDs and whatnot.
How many people actually went and?
Just let me write that. Let me just put it up.
I'm pretty sure you had over.
I'm in so much pain.
This is, I think, the 17th time.
Hey, I'm gonna say I can't find the numbers of right here right now, but
okay. What was the box office?
Okay, box office opening week.
Pardon me, the fact that 150,000 quite over
on the opening weekend.
We'll get there one day, ladies and gentlemen.
Opening week. Opening weekend. Okay, domestically. 220 million, 9,584.
Okay, I'm guessing that's
yeah.
So how much was that again? How
Buck?
much was that again?
220,000. Oh, 220 million.
Okay, just the 220 million. Unless they're charging $1 million a ticket, you got more than 1 million people have gone and seen it.
But that's because it's the Star Wars brand tacked onto it. I mean, yeah, sure. We all love Star Wars, and we were hoping that the Last Jedi.
No, that's not how it works because nobody went to see Solo.
You got a massive number of people who have gone and seen the mainstream storyline, and that was in the first weekend alone. So you got 500,000 people in the US alone who have gone twice in the opening weekend. If it's made 200, so 150,000 people a complaint survey, get it changed about it. Isn't really going to affect it.
Even Rotten Tomatoes have said that, like, if you look at the fans,
Who cares
whatnot.
about Rotten Tomatoes? They're the biggest bunch of inbred, self-righteous, over-opinionated twats out there. Get off your bum and go see a movie yourself and make up your own mind for a change.
We're going to take this offline because we will never get through to him in the time we have remaining.
Fair enough. All right. Let's go on.
I was just scrolling through the Jagex games list because I wanted to know what else they'd made apart from RuneScape. They've also made an Alexa game called One Piercing Note.
Oh, that sounds like DJ.
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Anyway, finally, we're onto a topic I get to talk about. The smells of space. The, which university? There's a university in the US who are... here we go. Arizona State University's Space Technology and Science Initiative is doing research into smells, and one of the aspects of that is that they're collecting data on the makeup of galaxies and stars, and then creating chemicals that represent that and making them into perfume.
See, I always thought when they spoke about the smells of outer space, it was you're trapped inside the spacesuit, had baked beans.
Yeah, it's probably not too pleasant.
Especially on a recycled air system.
Yeah. So the first outer space smell they've synthesized is the gas cloud Sagittarius B2. It contains ethyl formate, which smells like rum and has a hint of raspberry. And they made it into a lip balm called Center of the Galaxy.
And the girls who are probably going to...
Yes.
I'm sorry, I've been biting off on so many. I've got to let.
Oh, go for it, Buck. Go for it. We won't stop you. We won't stop you.
No, because we'll allow the...
Just when you thought it was safe to go back in the water, there's a giant snark.
Oh.
But this is like comedy gold. Like,
yeah,
with it smells like rum. A hint of was it raspberry?
Yes.
It sounds like a conversation two girls had on the bus or the train, sorry, when I was going through to uni a couple of years, and it sticks in my mind because I've never actually heard girls sitting there having a discussion and farts smelled like.
What the hell?
Oh my God.
I was sitting there just like reading my textbook and getting ready for my lecture, everything like that. And a couple of girls sitting, there's three girls, and one of them turned around and they started, let one rip, and they started talking about it, and then they started how their farts changed different, the smell, what it smelled like, and how it was affected by what they ate. Guys don't even do that. I was amazed, like the level of detail they were going. One of them actually sat there, a wine description of it. I had overtones of curry. Like,
yeah.
Sorry, I'm getting memories of that when about it. So many lines.
The point of this research is that they want to understand more about how the sense of smell works and how it's important to people's mental health. One thing they think they can do is create lip balms that smell like Earth so that they can put them in space with the astronauts, and the astronauts can have a taste of home to help them deal with being in space so far from everything.
Oh, dude! Can you imagine makeup companies doing this as a commercial? Go like, now available in more scents such as Earth.
Can you imagine being the person making this stuff up? Some of the sort of going away. We've got a geologist exploration. Okay, so he's a geologist. So let's do a touch.
A little bit of dust.
Like people sitting there, like. You'd have the geologists cracking open their scent of, and everyone else on the spaceship would be going, "Who dropped one? You filthy animal!"
You've got a bit of farts on your mind there, Bucky.
It's just the way that they were saying about this.
Yeah, although I do remember hearing that the ISS smells like body odor.
I've got no doubt. Like I have a friend who used to be on the Australian submarines, and yeah, he said when they were all down and had been down for a while, you did notice a smell until you came up for fresh air, and then they basically almost had to 6 months to get people to go back down sub. Is it?
Wow.
Oh man, there was also the other funny thing. Imagine later on in a couple of millennia, they make the Smell-O-Scope like they did in Futurama.
You mean smell-o-vision, like out of what's the name? Charlie and the Chocolate Factory.
This is the Smell-O-Scope is literally a telescope that you use with your nose.
Okay.
So
Adds a whole new.
Yeah, sorry, yawning a bit there. So, like 90% the same as what this invention is. Just in Futurama, it's instant results.
Brown nosing to a new level.
So if you see the image, that's what's gonna imagine that in the future. Just plugging your nose into a
Sorry, this started off as an intelligent topic. My apologies. And
I'm gonna drag you guys kicking and screaming back into line for our final main topic of the night. Elon's cave submarine. Luckily, they didn't need to use it in the rescue, but Elon Musk got his engineers to make a submarine. Oh, bloody hell, I'm tired. Elon Musk got his engineers to make a submarine in the space of about 48 hours. Designed, developed, tested, shipped over to Thailand, and ready to rescue the Thai football team who were lost in the cave. Luckily, they didn't need to use it because they were able to get everyone out by conventional methods.
Actually, I actually heard a funny aside. Someone teased the submarine and said, if he can do that, why can't he get in and help fix water in that?
Yeah. And he said, I'll do it.
He goes, okay.
I feel like something's about to come out, like he's developed a doomsday device and we're about to find out that like he's doing this to build goodwill.
No. He's just trying to get the rest of to stop hating him, Donald.
But he's South African.
Yeah, no, but he operates out of.
Yeah. So, although he was, Trump did ask him to be a consultant and he walked off because he got sick of dealing with them.
Wow.
Nope.
If you're Elon Musk, the amount of influence behind him, not just his own, but all the people who work for him, he would be able to sneak a death row to a meeting with the president, and everyone in the world would be going, "Yay! We'll send you to North Korea next."
Although, mind you, though, he did. There was an article, I think the professor and we spoke about a while back, where Elon got so sick and tired of the media that he created like a review site for news media outlets.
He only suggested it, didn't he?
Oh, he created one. It was called Pervinda. He actually created one, and people were like, "Oh, he's like Trump again. Elon's going to be Trump," and it was hilarious.
You know that the ABC actually had a show that was actually the same thing. You could actually write in about all, including ABC program, and they would tear it to
Media Watch.
Yeah.
So it's not a new idea. You got to admire the Australian ABC having the nerve to actually sit there and tear the road.
Yeah. And I do think it's pretty amazing that Elon Musk and his engineers were just like, someone's got to do it, so we'll do it, even though there was such a high risk of failure, and they ended up taking so long that even though it only took them 48 hours to put it together once they got started, or thereabouts, it took too long to get it into use before they had a better solution.
But the thing is, his solution, once he actually did it, was quicker than everyone else.
Yeah. I'd hope
you
that
actually had to fly someone over to Thailand, and go through and get measurements of the buoys so that they could build a subsidy and then fly that guy back.
I'd hope that they would keep working on it and have it in reserve for the next time something like this happens.
Well, I don't think.
I think from what I've gathered, that Elon said, keep the subs. I love Thailand, or something to that extent. Yeah, and hang on a second. So
it wasn't Thai love you a long time.
Oh man, you're gonna make a lot of Thailand related jokes, aren't you?
So anyway, I reckon the submarine was a great idea and would have worked fine if they had to use it, if the water had kept rising, or if the boys were too weak or panicking too much to be able to dive out.
Yeah, I did hear that the boys had to be sedated to get the scuba gear on them at one
not
stage.
even that, but to kids who didn't know how to swim or dive, getting a crash course in cave diving. They sedated them just to make sure they stayed calm and they didn't panic.
Yeah.
So
But
Elon was
you
getting a
gotta
bit
get
of flack about it.
Why is he getting flack?
Because the one official in Thailand said that the Elon submarine isn't practical or whatever, and people were like, he's copping a bit of flack about that.
Well, I
Although,
reckon it should actually go the other way because Elon put his money where his mouth is. Actually came up
yeah, here it is.
With no help from anyone.
So, a Thai rescue chief who, no, sorry, that's a mistake. The BBC reported Elon's offer not practical, Thai rescue chief says. And Elon responded that the Thai provincial governor, described inaccurately as rescue chief, is not a subject matter expert. That would be Dick Stanton, who co-led the dive rescue team. And he's included an excerpt of his emails to Dick with Dick saying, keep working on it. We don't want to have to use it, but if we do, we will.
Yeah. The guys on the ground would have been going, okay, this is probably a better option than asking these to wear a full face helmet, where if they start to hypervent and crash and kill, whereas if you put them in controlled environment or submarine, they can panic and stress, but they're not likely to have the oxygen servers just crash out.
Yeah, there's not really anything they can do to endanger themselves.
So I think the provincial governor was just trying to make kind of like he's sitting in the corner over there where nobody's asking him, hey, I'm here. That's not practical. Kind of like North Korea every now and again does something the rest of them.
Yep.
But yeah,
if I was those kids, I'd want everyone working on it.
Yeah, like, could you imagine if you're one of these kids and you find out Elon Musk has built a submarine specifically to help rescue you and your friends? I would be sitting there going, oh, hell yeah. I want to ride in the submarine. Take me back in there. I want to come back to the submarine. That's going to be fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, so even if in the end it wasn't really practical, I'd still want Elon's team and Boeing's team and the cave divers and anyone else I could get helping me. So
I don't know if it wasn't practical. It just they didn't use it. They managed to do it other ways.
They drained the water low enough that they could get the kids out.
And sedating the kids to be able to use the stuff is a dangerous option. Let's not forget that. As soon as you introduce drugs in anybody, they're massive. You haven't got a medical team there to help revive them when they crash.
Anyway, let's get off the Elon train and move on to our shout-outs. Starting off with the DJ's other love interest.
So this week, Dragon Ball Super Dragon Ball creator Akira Toriyama has announced that the next Dragon Ball Z movie, Broly is going to be in there, and he has been in a couple of Dragon Ball Z movies, and the fans loved him, so So Toriyama says, okay, we're gonna bring him into the next Dragon Ball Z movie, and they're gonna reboot the character. So I'm pretty hyped about this.
Can he reboot you?
Huh?
Can he reboot you?
I wish.
if he can I get more hair?
No, that costs extra.
We only said reboot, not remodel.
Oh, that'll be fun. It'll be fun.
So you're excited about about a character I have no idea who he is coming back to a show I don't care about.
I know Buck might be a fan of Dragon Ball.
I'm sure I've got a couple of fans in the audience.
If I want to listen to something where I got someone screaming at me for 15 minutes.
You mean 15 episodes building up for a fight?
Oh, no. Well, yeah, whatever.
Yeah.
I remember watching Dragon Ball when it first came, and after half a dozen episodes, I stopped watching. Half of every episode was a power-up thing where they just scream. So you watch a 20-minute or 25-minute episode. Ah! Ah! I wanted to shoot myself.
Anyway, Bucky, who are our birthdays this week?
Okay, only got a couple of birthdays this week. We've got George Eastman, the American and founder of Kodak camera company. He was born in Waterville in 1854. Next birthday is, and I'm going to apologize for his name up, but she deserves a lot of respect. Malala Yousafzai.
Yousafzai, yeah. That's how they
Okay.
pronounce it. Yep.
The
Yes, this was
Pakistani
the Pakistani girl who was shot in the head, wasn't she?
Yeah, that's the girl. Yeah.
Nobel Peace Prize recipient who advocated for education, born in 19, was her birthday.
Nice.
So got to respect. They've done so much.
Yeah.
Interestingly, if you saw the Peace Prize ceremony, she and I think an Indian man won the who won the Peace Prize. They both won the Peace Prize.
Was it the Peace Prize? Because I know she's a Nobel Prize recipient. Was it the Peace Prize? Because they got multiple Nobel Prizes.
Hang on a second, Malala.
While he's searching for that photo, an event of interest was President Eisenhower put forward a plan for an interstate highway system.
Inspired by his experience with the Autobahn in Germany during World War II.
The first people outside who have a truly national.
There's an interesting design point about that. The Eisenhower's highways just blast straight through everything and have a much higher death rate than the German Autobahn. And the theory is that because the interstates are so straight, you're more likely to fall asleep on them. But the Autobahn goes around hills and fields, so you're constantly engaging your mind.
But well, it's also the fact that there are big long stretches. The Autobahn was built primarily to provide landing as well as a road network, but it's also the quality of driver education. I remember one of the episodes of Top Gear speaking about it, and you talk to people and you ask them about their license, break out and go into shivers, shock, the memory of going through the tests, as opposed to America, where amazingly
can't handle a roundabout.
They ridiculous caught on camera.
It seems like if I ever see a GIF of a ridiculous car crash, it's either America or Moscow.
Oh, there was one. There's some driver education stuff of something from India, which is amazing. They had a T intersection that was blocked by 3 vehicles that were driving on the wrong sides of and all the other traffic started moving around them until they got blocked off as well.
Wow.
And when I say 3 vehicles, one of them was actually a car being water buffalo. The other one was a truck, and the one that caused the biggest problem was actually a hatchback buggy that even the water buffalo probably could have.
Sorry to interrupt
did you. Find that Malala Peace Prize?
Yeah, so she was announced as the co-recipient of the 2014 Nobel Peace Prize, and she shared it with Kailash Satyarthi, who's a child rights activist from India. Okay. And another interesting thing, she's the second Pakistani to receive the Peace Prize. Second Pakistani to receive the Nobel Prize.
Who was the first?
1979 physics laureate Abdus Salam.
Okay.
So yeah, that's interesting. Very interesting.
But anyway, we'll wrap up tonight with a couple of games we're looking forward to. We found out today that Calypso, the people who made games like Tropico, have bought the rights to the Commando series.
Okay.
Oh, nice.
Yes, I'm very excited to see what they make. Although the Commandos guys are all pretty, they're pretty supportive of the series. Though now they've sold the rights to it, obviously. But when Windows 10 came out and it didn't support DirectX 6, I think, they released a patch within about a month that fixed the games for modern computers. And the other one is one we found out about this week called Black Masses, is it?
Yeah.
The Black Masses by Brilliant Games.
The guys behind Ultimate Epic Battle Simulator.
And the amazing thing for the Black Masses, for those people who like zombie games but want it to be more of a challenge, try facing in a medieval setting. So you don't have guns, all you have is spears, swords, maces, bows and arrows. It looks like there are guns in the background scene. Yeah, it doesn't actually say you're allowed to use.
Yeah, so I get the suspicion you might be able to use the flintlock shown in the trailer because the camera does focus on it as it pans around.
But a flintlock rifle or a flintlock gun is still pretty limited as far as firepower and all that.
Fire rate
takes a long time to fire. Well, it's also the range is pretty limited. But yeah, stuck on an island is part of the catchphrase.
It's a 14 square kilometer map, isn't it?
Something like being able to find out.
So on the scale of DayZ, but with actual zombies.
And without guns.
Yeah. That's what I I think I'm going to really enjoy this one because what I've always wanted in a zombie game is to be more worried about the way the horde is moving than being chased down by sprinting zombies. Because I wanted to play a game where, you'll be looting something and you'll make too much noise and draw attention and have to get out of there. Or you'll avoid combat because you get into a fight and you have to put down a zombie, but your gunshot will draw everything to you.
Yeah, Brilliant Game Studios are the guys who got 100,000 characters charging across the screen at 60 frames per second just to prove that it could be done. And they said themselves, while it was a little bit glitchy, proved the concept was possible.
And they're all AI controlled, navigating around buildings and stuff.
It's a 16 square kilometer. Fight off tens of thousands of demon-possessed souls trying to solve the mystery of what started.
And it will have multiplayer co-op.
And traverse by revolutionary climbing parkour.
So medieval Dying Light with more zombies.
Yep. I was just going to say Assassin's Creed.
Or Dead Island, but with medieval weapons.
Dead Island didn't have parkour.
Yeah, that's the downside. But
anyway,
still...
Yeah, sorry, you got something?
Sorry, I was going to say, but still, it'll be a fun game to play. We should do a live stream of this game at some stage.
If I ever get NBN so that we can actually stream without lag. When's the release date looking like for that?
I don't know. I can't find the date.
Yeah, they've got a release trailer which we've already put on our page. Well, an announcement trailer actually, and that's about it. So could be a while.
Yeah.
It does look gorgeous though.
Mm-hmm.
Really nice art style.
Yeah.
Maybe because
please. Yeah, here we go. If you look at the Facebook page, which is linked in the on our page and in the video, they put 1 million characters in a stress test. It ran at 10 FPS, but still 1 million characters at once.
You gotta love the end. They've actually, you know what?
Yeah.
Let's just see what it's.
Oh man.
I can't find a release, but they had the reveal 3 months.
Yep. Anyway, that's everything we're looking forward to this week. So we'll see you next week.
Follow us. See you guys.
And follow us on Facebook, Twitter, your favorite podcast app. Check out our merchandise store and check out our partners at TNC, where we've got a new podcast in the last couple of weeks. Murder in the Land of Oz, which does not include Men Behind the Curtain. It's about people in Australia getting killed.
Awesome.
That's a rather somber note to end on there anyway. Yeah. So we'll see you next week.